What up YouTube? It's your boy Trav checking in, and today I'm going to show you guys how to create the color splash effect inside of Photoshop. But before we get started, I need you to hit that subscribe button right now if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Alright, let's get started. So what is the color splash effect? Basically what the color splash effect is taking an image, making it black and white, and bringing the color back into the image, like this example right here, or this picture that I took a little boosy. Basically what I did was I made the photo black and white, and I brought the color back into the chains, the bracelet, and the watch. So this is the before and this is the after. And as you can see with the before, I created some other adjustments where I had tweaked the colors, and then I had added a black and white adjustment, and I painted the colors back into the image, as you can see right here. So I'm going to show you some other examples of the color splash effect that I did on some other photos that I took. Right here, a picture of Lil Durk, Candace Parker, Stally, Rollo. I actually took this photo in New York, another New York photo, and another New York photo. The color splash effect is basically just taking the image, making it black and white, and bringing the color in. So I'm going to show you the before and after this photo real quick. So this is the before, and this is the after. I'm going to use this photo for my example. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all these layers and start this from scratch. Step 1 to create this effect. So if you're following along, you just want to go ahead and import you a photo into Photoshop, and your screen should look like mine. If not, all you got to do is come up to Windows, go to Workspace, and either click on the Photography tab or your Default tab to get your screen looking like mine. Alright, so let's get started. So basically what I want to do first is I want to come up here to my adjustment tabs, and I want to make a black and white adjustment, which is right here. So you either click it right here, or you can come down here to your adjustment tabs with this little circle icon and click it and find black and white. So we made our first adjustment with the black and white tab. So go ahead and click this eyeball to turn off your adjustment layer. And so what I want to do next is I want to create a selection. I just want his hat selected. I don't want nothing else in my image selected but the hat. So when I turn this to black and white and I bring the color back into it, I just want the hat and color. I don't want nothing else. So I'm going to show you two ways you can go about selecting stuff in your photos. So the first way is using the quick selection tool, which is the tool I use 99% of the time when I'm doing these type of photos. So you want to come over here to your tool tab and look for your quick selection tool, which keyboard shortcut is the W key. So go ahead and click that. And so what you want to do next is you want to come up here and click this for new selection. And now what I want to do next is I want to press Command plus on my keyboard to zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. So since I'm using his hat for the example, your right and left bracket keys to make your selection either big or small. So the right bracket will make your selection big, the left bracket will make it small. And so your right and left bracket keys is located by the P key, next to the P key. So I'm going to use the left bracket to make this smaller. And so what I want to do next is I want to start selecting his hat. So I'm going to just go ahead and select his hat real quick. Press Command minus to zoom out a little bit. Alright, so as you can see, I made a quick selection. Now, my selection is not perfect because the hat is not selected all the way. I only want the hat selected. I don't want none of this extra stuff in my selection. But I'm going to go and show you how to fix that in a second. But press Command D to deselect that. And I'm going to show you the second tool that you can use to trace things, which is your Lasso Tool up here. So go to your Tools tab and look for this Lasso tab. Keyboard shortcut is L, so go ahead and click that. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just go ahead and trace my hat. Trace on these lines, try to get as perfect as possible. But of course mine is not going to be perfect just for the sake of this tutorial. So there you have it, I have a selection. So you can use the lasso tool to select things as well. But I'm going to go back to the quick selection tool because like I said, that's what I use 99% of the time when I'm creating this effect. So to get out of this, press Command D on your keyboard if you're using Mac to deselect it. Now let's come back over here to our quick selection tool. W for the keyboard shortcut, so go ahead and click it. Go ahead up here, click new selection, and now let's select our hat. Command plus to zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Now I want to select my hat. So you might not get the selection right away. I'm almost there. Okay, as you can see, command minus to zoom out. So as you can see, I got my hat selected, but it's not quite perfect because I got stuff inside my selection that I don't want in there. So to get rid of this right here, all you do is come here to the minus key tab, the minus key, and just click that. And now we just start erasing that away to get rid of that because I don't want that in my selection. So just go ahead and erase that away. Alright, it's not quite perfect yet. So keep erasing a little bit. Alright, so I want to add a little bit more to the selection. Just go ahead and hit this plus key to add. And just get rid of that. Add that in there a little bit. And go to the minus key again to like get rid of this little green in there a little bit. Alright, there we have it. I got a perfect selection. So now what I want to do now is hit the command 0 to zoom out, command minus to just zoom out a little bit more so I can see my image in full. And so what I want to do next is I want to go back over here to my black and white adjustment, and I want to turn it on. Just hit the icon right here to turn it back on. So the next step to get this hat back in color is two ways you can do it. The first step is the easiest step, and it's like the step that I use all the time. Come over here and find your paint bucket tool right here. Keyboard shortcut is G. But before you do that, just make sure that your foreground color is set to black because we're painting on the white adjustment layer. So you want to make sure that this is black. Just hit this X key or just click this to make this black. And now you want to click your paint bucket tool. Keyboard shortcut G. So go ahead and click that and just go ahead and click on our selection. There you have it. I made the hat blue and the rest of my image is black and white. So that's using the paint bucket tool. Now the other way you can bring this hat back in color is go ahead and press Command Z and you can paint it in. So let's go ahead and find our paint tool, which is right here, the brush tool, which keyboard shortcut is B. Go ahead and click that. Again, you want to make sure when you paint that your foreground color is black because we're painting on a white adjustment. So let's just Command plus to zoom in and just start painting the hat in. So there you have it. And you know when you're painting, because if you look over here on our adjustment, you'll see the little black right here, which that's the representation of the hat, because I just painted the color back into the image. Now let's press Command plus to zoom out and Command D to deselect it to get rid of the selection. Press Command D, and there you have it. That's how you create the color splash effect inside of Photoshop. If this tutorial helped you any kind of way, please drop a like, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this.